Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another 2v2 Captain's Rules Championship Practice Series. And we're going to start off at Mark's perspective, pushing up aggressively and taking out Zach with ease. He doesn't have a pulse on Trent, but he has an idea of where he might be over here on this left side. Chris, on the other hand, is going to be taken down by Trent, who is going to be killed by the thermite, which we, of course, get to see here. He gets to fall in love with the flames. It reminds me of our time on Love Island. Team Mark up 1-0 in this, the Captain's Rules Championship Practice Series. Mark gets taken out immediately by Trent, though. Incredible work with the M13 there. Switching over to Chris's perspective, who gets a pulse on Trent. And let's see if he can connect his shots. He cannot quite, and Trent, with the super carry, brings the match up to 1-1. He started at Chris's head and worked his way down to the leg. This is how a lot of people like to treat Chris. All right, tied up at 1-1. And looking at Chris's perspective once again. Both he and Mark are switching over to the left side here, while Trent and Zach are fanning out and kind of waiting to see where they're at. And Zach gets I don't want to say pulse again, but I don't know another way to say it. Gets a pulse on Chris and takes him out. Let's see, looking at Zach's perspective again. Has an idea of where Mark is. Mark in a 2v1 situation and takes out both Trent and Zach in the moment when he needed to most. You see how he mounts up on the side there for a little bit more stability. Knocks him right out of there. Switching over to the Gunkung and then back to the EBR for that longer range. Takes out Trent, who plays super aggressive there, and is now on the hunt for Zach. Zach is going to have to 2v1 this one, and he can't. He gets wall banged by Mark. Bam, bam, bam. One to the shoulder and one more to the wall, just to be safe. It is pistols and, I believe, yes, pistols and fisticuffs. Of course, if you're a gentleman, you will always use fisticuffs here in this type of round, and it looks like everybody is. Trent going in and takes out Mark easily and quickly. Chris coming. Oh no, Zach with the execute on Chris. Disgusting. Oh, and that was a great show of, well, first off, I think this might be, is this our first execute in this championship series? I think it might be. But that was a great showing out of Trent, who caught Mark unaware, just coming in from that right side out of nowhere. Mark was tunneled on Zach, and Trent just came in blazing. Now, Mark gets the first few punches here and takes out Zach, but Trent is, oh no, Chris is there and punches his good friend, Mark. Trent is running the hell away, but does get flashed, I believe. He's going quick, and Zach, or Mark here is waiting for him. Punch. Oh. And they team punch him and bring it up to 4-2. Mark and Chris with those heavy fists. Much to Mark's delight, we will be off of the fisticuffs and on to the, I don't remember what the new, neither of them are able to finish the shots, but Trent takes out Chris in the on the left side there, and I believe it was Mark who absolutely shotgunned, it's not a gun, but shotgunned Zach in the side of the face. Trent just chilling now, and he's going to get, oh, Mark's going for the revive. Oh my god, it's close. Did Trent get it? Trent with the quick pistol in the foot, in the head, through the wall. It's nothing. A close series here. Team Mark up 4-3. But Zach and Trent really looking like they might be able to get a few more wins here. Let's see if it's enough. Grenade coming out of Semtex from Mark and his favorite spot to kind of camp and chill. Trent and Mark are going at it, or Trent and Chris are going at it on the side. and shoots him in the foot a few times, but doesn't finish the kill. But Trent on the other side does knock out Chris with the Semtex. Mark with the head glitch, but the head glitch is what killed him. Trent just lining up his shots, really using that controller auto aim to his advantage there. Mark had it too, but he just wasn't able to capitalize on it. We got a funny looking AUG here with a super high scope. Both Chris and Mark look like they're on the right side here, and they're able to team shoot to perfection to take out Trent. Moving over to Mark's perspective, who has a really good idea on where Zach is, throws the grenade behind the crate and another grenade on the other side. Both hit, I believe, and Zach is stunned up a little bit here. He falls back to get better positioning, and it looks like both Chris and Zach both Chris and Mark don't have any idea where. Okay, so wow. I did not know that Zach got Trent up. Trent and Zach team shoot Mark, and then who was this? Trent comes in and absolutely decimates Chris for the final kill. And this is match point. Pistols and AUGs with that super long barrel and super funny Star Trek scope. And they are both teams playing safe here. Neither on the aggressive. Neither wants to give up any ground. But Mark playing the middle, which is pretty risky if you ask me. And he pays for it. Trent takes him out. And now it's all up to Chris to either get the revive or he kills Trent. No comms on where Chris is, or Zach just doesn't know. Or he's just repositioning. That could be it. And the flag is coming up. This would be the first flag play. 1, 2, 3. He should have had the AUG out. 4, 5, 6. And Zach, with a few pistol shots missing, takes out Chris to win game 1. An incredibly close match out of these two teams. All right, Mark and Chris.
I would just say, looking at the scoreboard, if kills are any indication, that
I would say,
I guess the teams are perfect because Trent got most, Zach got least.
Trent did get the most kills.
Trent top seat.
What world are we living in?
All right.
I was a little salty to run to their, be aggressive, and then they're just chilling where they're at, waiting for me. But, it's okay, to each their own. Whatever you got to do to get the win, I can respect it.
I play aggressive.
Boring.
Too. I don't know what you're saying.
Mark,
I'm just talking about that last round specifically.
Mark,
just talking nonsense.
Mark, what did you think
Yeah.
of the fisticuffs when Trent came out and blindsided you from the left there?
I was making oogly eyes at Zach, and suddenly I just got punched in the jaw. Felt like that was foul play, to be honest.
Listen, when you got a guy like a specimen like Zach, I get it. He's almost as good as a stun or a flashbang, if you catch my drift. It's loser's choice. Mark and do we want to switch up the teams?
I think the teams are fine.
Okay, Mark. Wait, you think the teams are fine?
Yeah.
Okay,
I like 'em.
so we will keep the teams for the rest of the series.
Well, I mean, don't let me alone make that decision. If everybody else wants to switch. But
It's all about Mark.
I'm good with whatever.
It's
Okay, it's all about me.
Mark's choice. All about Mark. Cool. Mark, as the big loser, where do you want to play next?
Oh, I love how you worded that.
Sorry?
Give me some stack. I'm sorry, let me call it by its actual name. Outside King.
Outside King it is. All right, get on the right teams. All right, and welcome to game number 2 in this, our practice 2v2 championship series. Now, I lied at the beginning. This is not the captain's rules. We are going to stick with the same teams, as you probably heard in that post-game lobby, if I left it in. And so Chris and Mark will be attempting to pick up a win here in game number 2. And we're starting off with what I believe is the EBR. And from Mark's perspective, looking to take out Trent. Trent taking a few shots to the face, but does not get killed, surprisingly. Zach playing up and Mark posting against this post. Gonna switch over perspectives to Chris, who, and I just realized that there are fisticuffs that nobody is using. Disgusting out of these ungentlemanly gentlemen. So far, 1 kill. Chris takes out Zach with incredible accuracy. Love to see that out of Chris. And it looks like they don't even have to go for the flag play. Mark takes out Trent with his head glitch. Ouch. That one, the bullet went straight down the spine. You hate to see it. Getting into round 2. Mark taking a couple of shots and knocks Trent straight out of the match. Now, Zach could go for the revive here, but instead is going to just get killed by, was that Mark again? Yep, Mark with another kill. What Zach didn't do was lay down for that revive, and that is really what you want to be doing in this game mode. And honestly, I should take off the revives. We got the M13 and the 357 as a secondary. Both Zach and Trent are playing the right side of the map here, while Chris and Mark went topside. Now they are playing awfully sneaky, both teams, and they're waiting for their opportunity to strike. Now neither Mark nor Chris has any idea where Zach or Trent are. Except for right there when Mark finds them and kills both of them. You know, I spoke a little too soon. He didn't even have to reload. Got them all with 1 clip. Now, Mark and Chris running away with this one at 3-0. Trent and Zach are really going to have to step up their game here, and it looks like Trent has had enough, running straight to the other team's side and taking out Chris with ease. We're going to be looking to take Mark down, and he doesn't quite get it. Zach hopefully will be able to get the team shots. Watching from Trent's dead body, and then switching over to both boys throwing their knives. Very, very, very cheeky out of both of them, but Mark comes away with the superior shots. It is 4-0, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, and we got ourselves the 7.25 sawed-off shotgun and as the secondary, and the pistol, strong pistol play coming out of Chris, taking out Zach. Now Trent is generally pretty good with shotguns. He likes a gun. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Mark, well, let's see it from his perspective. Shoots him in the knees. Ow! They both missed their initial shotgun shells, but Mark whipped out his pistol quicker than Trent could, if you know what I mean. We are at match point 5-0. Mark coming back with anger and really something to prove. Trent missing the first few shots, but I think he hit the stun there, if I'm not mistaken. Trent does knock off, what, about 70 health of Mark, but Mark not taking any shit from Zach. Hits him once with the shotgun and then takes the rest of the health down with the pistol. Trent knocks Chris out. Oh, and Mark just absolutely murders Trent right there in the crate. Almost gets taken down himself. But Mark and Chris with a 6-0 at, Outside King. Oh boy!
That was a rough one.
That was a rough and tumble.
Oh, that was good. That was a good one.
Zach, Trent, any thoughts? We got it up 1-1.
It's just not my play there. So, not worried about it.
Not worried about it. All right, so the losers, which map would you like to play next?
Gulag.
Gulag it is. Get on your teams. We are in game 3 here at the Gulag Showers. Team Zach and Trent won the first game handily, almost easily, but not as easily as Mark and Chris, who absolutely ran away with game number 2 at Outside King. Now, Gulag is generally advantage Zach. He's spent the most time there. He knows his way around the place. And of course, if we're starting out with fists, we're starting out with fists. And Trent is just absolutely barreling down towards Mark here. Mark taking a few shots and gets just absolutely taken down. Chris looking to punch, I don't even know who that was. That was Trent, and is able to knock him out. But here comes Zach. Zach only has to do is get one good punch off. Oh my god, wait. Chris, with the fists of steel, gets the headshot, I guess, with his elbow. And oh no. Just rips both of those boys right the hell up. Now, I used to think that... I think Mark might have his gun out. Oh no, he's got his fists out. He's just waiting for these guys to finish ringing around the rosy. Chris, who is the big player in last round, is gonna go for the punches against Zach, who actually I don't think knows where Chris is. Maybe he can get the execute. Punch, 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 punch. Takes down Zach, but Zach had taken out Mark. It is 1v1. Chris versus Trent. Trent is chillin', just waiting for an opportunity to res his good friend Zach. Chris not going for the res, I don't think, not yet anyway. And it's flag time. Chris coming in. He 2v1 this before, but he gets... Who won that? Okay. He was getting pummeled by the two boys. I thought he almost had that, but he didn't quite pull out the win. All right, on to guns, which I think is what this game is actually about. But, you know, everybody here is a gentleman. I believe we're playing with the here. Oh, and Trent oh no! A quick and decisive win from Mark and Chris. Chris taking out Zach in the Trent spot. That is a patented Trent move. And Chris apparently dialed right in to that play. Oh, it looks like Trent killed Mark. Chris killed Zach. And it's a 1v1, except now it's a 2v1. Unless we are able to get Zach rest. He is able to get Zach's rest. 2v2 again. They're flashed. Chris takes out Trent. Ooh, somebody gets punched to death. Who is that? Zach taking his time, resing his good friend. We might get to a point. With the pistol at Gulag, it's poetic. Bop, bop. To the chest as well. That's gotta hurt. They almost had the flag play, but now it's time for the Origin 12. Mike's patented gun. And, oh no, Trent getting absolutely peppered. But Zach with the extra powerful pistol, I guess. I believe this is the Renetti. Revives Trent just quick enough to die. But Trent, see, and that's why we have the res play. Because Trent is able to take over as Zach takes all the bullets and Trent gets all the glory. I didn't check the score here. It is 3-2. Zach and Trent up. Really wanting to take this one after they got absolutely pummeled by the last game, except that Mark comes in with the Origin 12 and kung. Trent takes down 2 and is going off this game. Ooh, gets him just in the butt. You know how Trent plays. He loves the butt play. We are moving on to the M13. Up 4-2, and Mark just... Oh no! The fists are available. Ungentlemanly. And knocks out both of the boys. But with a gun? Are you really using a gun when you could be using your fists? Not a man of culture. Trent, of course, and that's why Trent was barreling towards him that last, at the beginning there. Looks like everybody's going to take out their guns. And Zach, he says, if you play dirty, I'm going to play dirty. And it's a 1v1. And Zach comes away with the win. Mark having no idea where he was. And Zach brings it to match point in game number 3. We've got the SKS with an ACOG. This is a 1-shot kill to the dome. I think a 2-shot kill to the body. 1, 2. Ooh, Zach knocks him out right in the head. Pops the melon. Chris coming around the corner. But absolute just destroys Zach. Trent with his fists out because he is a man of class and dignity. Comes to pick up his good friend Zach. I believe Mark is getting picked up by Chris as well. Yep, there he is. So it's 2v2 again. Oh no, team shot Trent when fists are available. And you know, I never thought I would see such little class coming out of Chris. I do expect something like this out of Zach, who wanted the win and gets the win. Oh, when that shot to the head, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do him.
Yeah, best 2 out of 3, easy win, but I'll let Mike pop in to see you home.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna have a sub. I want to say that the first round of the SKS, which was that last gun that you played with, when you were barreling towards Mark with your fists out, really brought a warm feeling to my heart. Seeing you, a man of class, a gentleman, with the fists
I'd
ablazing.
like to clarify a few things about fist. If my primary is anything that's not a pistol, I'm not using my fists. And literally last time at Stack, there were 3 rounds where we had like snipers or ARs and fists, and none of us used fists. So let's just chill on the whole fist train.
Well,
right
you know, the thing is that we won, and I made the gut call, the integrity call, and looks like it paid off in the end. So glad you saw that, Matt.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you'll be able to sleep tonight knowing deep in your heart that you're a good man.
Yeah, a gentleman in every game, for sure.
It's been a pleasure, Trent. Mark and Chris, where do you want to play?
Atrium.
Atrium. Got it.
Square of death. No, no. No.
Welcome to game number 3. Team Zach has a sub. Mike is going to be jumping in for Trent, and they are up 2-1 in this best of 5 2v2 practice championship series. Now, Mike is not warmed up here, so let's see how he does on this, the SKS. Almost said Car 98. It looks like it, but it's the SKS. Zach and Mike playing the middle game here, which is not something that I personally usually do. Shots coming out of Zach. Chris takes down Zach. And Mark is running in with 3-5-7. Gets 1 shot off, 2 shots off. And Mark and Chris with the first round win here at Atrium. Now, taking off the 3-5-7, I think is a pretty bold play. It's not something that I would almost ever do because that gun I just can't. I just can't with that gun. If it were me, I would be staying back here and letting the SKS do its damage at range. Mike and Chris are going to run into each other here, and Mike with the superior aim right off the bat. Mark taking down Zach, who tried to whip out the pistol and just... Mike, he's warmed up now. He just needed 1 round. That's all he needed, and gets him right through the shoulder. Really nice play out of that boy. We are now running the new shotgun and the pistol. A pistol. It's not the pistol, it's a pistol. And they're playing super aggressive here. Mike and Zach go down quickly, as I believe Chris and Mark had their shotguns out. And when you're playing at that range, the shotgun just outshoots 9 times out of 10, probably 10 times out of 10. Oh man, they're playing together here. They're rumbling, team shooting. Oh my god, it's too fast for me to even talk. Up 3-1. Chris and Mark are just once again running away with the game. It's the Odin and the Uwoozy here in round 5, right? Yes. Chris takes out Mike. It's now Chris v. Zach knocks him down, and we have a very close match. Everybody deciding to go with the SMG for the short range, which is definitely the play here. And we're going to do it again. Let's see how they decide to run it this time. Everybody but Mark is going right. Chris is down. It's a 1v1 situation for Mark. Switching over to his perspective, he decides to run the Odin here, which is a very quick kill, and switches over to the Uzi, which is definitely, like I said before, the play in the situation. He hears Mike and gets knocked straight out this round. Catches him with a headshot, and that'll do it. We got a silenced Deagle this time around, and fists. And Chris already knows that he's a gentleman and has won more fist fights than anybody here. And Coalition takes the fists to game number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fists out by everybody again. I love to see this. A bunch of good-looking gentlemen this game. They got absolutely chastised before. Mark throws down the smoke and adds an extra element. Mike kills Zach, which is a really strange play out of him, and it is 1v1. Mark and Mike gonna go at it here, playing around the pillar. Who's gonna land the first punch? It's Mark, who brings us up to match point. I'd be interested to hear the allegiance comps on that one with Mike killing his good friend Zach. We're jumping to the MP7 and the Deagle. Mike gets a look at Chris, but Zach swoops in for the kill. It's 2v1. Mark throws down the smoke, and everybody's throwing their smoke. Mark getting around, hoping to... Nope, isn't able to do it. Zach brings us to 4 and 5 with some nice shooting. MP7 again. Nobody taking out... Well, he just took out the Deagle, but nobody taking out the Deagle, except for Mark, I guess? I wouldn't take out the Deagle here. It's just not worth it. Team Allegiance, Zach and Mike are team shooting like a couple of champs. I guess they're calling out for each other, or they're definitely on the same level, because Zach and Mike just took out... Oh man, running the table, running together. Now, Chris and Mark are splitting up here, while Mike and Zach are sticking together, and that, I think, is what has won them their games in the last 2 rounds. We're back to the SKS, a gun that I believe they went 1-1 on. Both teams won a round. Mike playing the corner. Let's see how patient they're able to be. Everybody gets stunned on Team Allegiance, and Mark is probably... Oh, he's not holding this corner, but he is throwing his grenades. We're going to keep it on Mark here, as he is probably... Oh, I spoke too soon. I didn't even get to finish my sentence when Zach gets him with the headshot. And that's it. Oh, that's it. Mike, the sub, comes in and brings Zach his 3rd and final win in the championship 2v2 series. And I believe that means that Mark and Zach are now tied in full series wins. Wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. What a game.
That was a fun one.
Somebody want to go tell Mike?
There he
There
is.
he is.
Welcome, Mike. I want to
Sorry,
hear.
I'm full of pizza.
Yeah. I want to hear from you first as the sub. How did it took a little minute? It took a minute for you to warm up, but how did you feel by the end of that game?
Definitely warmed up. By the end of it, at least.
Chris,
Thank you so much.
I'll move on to you. How are you feeling after that devastating loss?
I mean, pretty bummed, honestly. I thought we were going strong in the beginning.
you guys did. You guys, it was a really hard fought match. You both showed your. Well, here's something, Zach. How did you feel when Mike punched you to death?
Oh, that happened?
That did happen. Yes.
Yep.
I was more just proud of him.
That was right
for,
before Ring Around the Rosie.
really good at us all. You know, I think maybe he and I together could have beat Mark that round, but you know, we got the W, and that's all that matters. So,
If there's one thing I like to do is make it more difficult for everybody.
but I mean, we'd like to have to try, right?
Right.
Which I destroyed Zach in. So,
What was that Mike? Who just
I'm not sure what that was.
threw up with such force that I think he broke his headset?
Took his mic right off.
No, I'm in my car. I must have got a flat tire.
Oh my gosh.
That's what my flat tires sound like.